Look, the Michigan is back on the road. If you don't know what the deal is with this, let me explain. Lexmoto lend me bikes to do reviews. The Lexmoto Michigan, they sell a grey primer tank so you can spray it yourself. And while I had the bike for review, they said, hey, as you make clocks and stuff through the Spice 110 Metalworks and you do some spray painting and stuff, do you fancy painting a tank for it? And I was like, alright then. They covered the costs, so yeah, I did it. And obviously we had to change the V5, so I was waiting for the paperwork to come back before I could get it back on the road, and now it has, so now I'm back here, and you've already seen it in the video. I've done a video painting this tank. I was hoping more people would watch it, but as you can see, this isn't water. Well, this bit is. But yeah, this is the effect that I did on it, and I absolutely love it. It's in the classic spicy green. Some people said, why didn't you put like a sticker on it or something down the side to brand it yours? Because I want the tank on its own merit to be liked by people, not just because, oh look, that's the Spicy 110 one. This was all done with rattle cans, okay, in my garage. So if you want to see how you can do that yourself, go and take a look. But yeah, I think it has vastly improved the look of the bike. I wasn't a huge fan of the red. It was all right, but bit sameish. This, so much nicer. I have taken the bars off, the mirrors. I've taken the mirrors off because they do work fine, but I hate the look of them on this bike, and also they're so wide. I've just decided, you know what, I rode a bike for 7 years without mirrors. I'm going to ride the last few weeks I've got this without mirrors. It will go back on when this goes back to Lexmoto. And that's something I should say. I'm not keeping this tank, this is going back to Lexmoto. Why am I not on the bike? Oh yes, because I wanted to point out, there's two other things I would do if I was customising this bike if it was my own. I would change these indicators to something much smaller and flusher fitting, some nice little rounded ones that just would fit nicely in there. And there was another one you can just have little nice flush fit ones. That would really clean up the looks, because I don't really, not really a fan at all. And change the exhaust for probably something in chrome or something that's just louder, because this is too quiet, this bike. For a 125, I know it can make more noise than this. Right, well, enough talking, let's get to riding, because I have been very busy doing stuff behind the scenes for the past, well, a long while, and I'm now sort of on the other side of it. The last really big video is currently rendering, which means I get to go for a little ride and enjoy myself, and I'll get to spend the rest of the day with Reno. Oh, it's going to be good. I'm enjoying it. I'm just so glad I've got all that work done and out the way. Now it's winter. Hey! Got the front wheel off before. Oh! Out! I'm sitting on the pillion seat. Oh, we can look at the tank better now. Look at it pop in the sun. There is nothing wrong with sitting on the pillion seat. Oh God, yeah there is. It's more bouncy. I can still ride the bike fine though. Whoa, there are some rusty discs. Oh, it's police aware, that's why. I don't know how long that's been there. But as I say, I'm very proud of the way that it came out. There were some imperfections in the clear coat on the lower level. That guy was looking at me like I was mad. I just realised I'm still sat in the pillion seat. So there is some imperfections, and I think that's not surprising considering I've never used that style of, well, that 2-pack type of clear coat before. I think I should have gone much heavier with the first coat, although I thought I did go heavy enough to make sure that it flowed, and I don't know. But I mean, you can't tell, so it's good enough. So if you own a Lexmoto Michigan, I'd say go for it. If you know, maybe 150 quid all in, buying the tank and everything. Maybe say that, worst case 150 quid if you need to buy some bits and pieces. Go for it. You know, you don't have to be an expert painter to get a reasonable result, and you'll be very proud of it because it's something that you did. I mean, I think it's kind of mad that I'm riding a bike with a tank that I painted, and it looks like this. But I feel like I've been under a rock for about 6 weeks because the weather has just switched so fast, it seems. Like the last time I think I went out for a ride that was just for a bit of fun, it was summer. You can see lots more pictures of this bike if you go onto my social media, my Facebook group, my Twitter or my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I want to try and get the numbers on Instagram up. Come on. I mention social media all the time, and very few people actually go over there. Stop being lazy, press the buttons. I think it's because most people watch on their phones and they're like, oh, I'll follow afterwards, and then they forget. That's what I tell myself as I cry myself to sleep at night, because you're not following me. Every now and then I go into Lidl to have a look at their tools, because some of the tools are on offer. Well, they're really cheap, but some of them are actually okay for the money. It's like, if it does the job okay a little bit, it's fine. And I've just been in there and they've got an air nibbler. Basically, this is for nibbling metal sheets. Obviously, in making my clocks, you can imagine that'd be super handy. So it's a 15 quid punt to actually see if it's any good. If it does the job, because it's only got to do 1 mil aluminium really, and this goes up to 1.6, so it should be easy work for it. And that could save me quite a bit of time. Always trying to save time. Do you want to see a review on it? You want to see how good it is, how bad it is, what it can do? I don't want to break it, because I actually would like to use it if it works. It's supposed to be raining, and it's currently sunny. This is amazing. Here we go. Oh! I didn't do it! I didn't scrape it! Damn it! I think maybe it's I have taken a fair amount of material off. Maybe I'm now getting to the point I'm going to have to lean it even further to make it scrape. Well, that would make perfect sense, actually. What other random things did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, you know, I've done these bike trader style videos where I'm just sort of going through bike trader, trying to take it from the approach of different people in different positions and seeing what bikes are available. And I'm going to continue doing that because they're actually proving relatively popular with people, it would seem. So I think I will continue doing those from time to time. They're good because they don't take a huge amount of time to do. And if I'm stuck at home working on other stuff, I've been able to do that. It's been good. But it has brought up the subject a few times of people saying, well, why don't you get one of these cheap bikes and do it up and blah, blah, blah. I have a lot of things like this said to me, and I try to explain, I am only a small channel. I barely make ends meet as it is. I would need to significantly increase what I'm bringing in to do something like that. You know, I'm not one of these YouTubers who gets like $2,000 for a sponsored slot. I don't even get sponsored slots. And I'm kind of glad for that, to be fair, because I don't really want to do sponsored, you know, like, I don't know, some of the apps, because they want you to make out like you play it, and I'm like, I don't have time for that, and people know that. And you want me to be like, oh yeah, I love this game, I'm a giant robot and I shoot things. If the first person that contacts me for a sponsored slot happens to be an app company with big giant robots, oh god, it would be difficult to say no to that much money, but you know what I'm saying. Just let it be known that if you ever see me suddenly being interested by an app about a giant fighting robot, you know the money was good. So long story short, if you want to see the sorts of things you see on larger channels happen, help make my channel larger. Share my videos, like the videos. So few people like my videos compared to how many watch them. It's been a problem since day one for me, and I don't want to go on that beg train of like the video every 2 seconds in the video, or I don't want to do that. And I know people say, yeah, but we want to be reminded. I don't want to. I will say it towards the end of the video, but I'm not going to say it repeatedly throughout the thing, just to try and make sure someone remembers to do it. But if you want to see my channel grow, how did I not scrape it then? Then yes, you can make that difference. You see, I currently have about 18 months before I'm predicted to hit 100k subscribers. It is possible for that, and I've been thinking of this from the perspective of like, well, at the current rate, it will take, you know, as it says, 18 months. Well, that could be completely changed by people helping. You know, sharing videos, subscribing, that will build my channel. Tell people about the things that I do. Obviously, my Patreon support has helped me to continue to produce the content. But if you want to really help me out, and you're like, well, I'd love to help you out, man, but I can't afford $1 a month, even at that, you know, I'm that brassic, and that is fine, or I don't want to do that. But I don't mind helping you a bit. Share videos. There has been some quite nice people on Twitter, actually, when I posted about this. And they were like, enough is enough, for Christ's sake, can we just get them to 100,000? Oh, dear. Right. Well, I've beaten around the bush enough. I can't pretend that I'm not going to the other shop, because I am. Me and Reno need foods. So I'm going to do that. I just wanted to make a video. I wanted to go for a ride. I wanted to make a video on the bike. As I say, that video is rendering. I'm properly hyped at the moment. I'm in a good mood. I now have a new tool. I have a mighty nipper that I can try out. You know, I spend a lot of time wondering, am I wasting my life away? Am I chasing a dream that can never happen? And then I get like moments of joy like this and I'm like, God, I love what I do. I don't want to ever have to stop doing it. Oh dear. Anyway, catch you next time. Ooh, leave a like if it's only for the blue and green sparklies. If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.